morning and I'm up at it, throwing my cons in my fresh fabrics. While who fitted, pick my bed in case it's matted. Today I'm at it, when time to get comfortable, cause money comes and money goes. And I done blew a lot of dough, taking time slow, so I'm early caught and no.
What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. Got a video for you guys. This is a prediction for the upcoming bout between Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. and Nonito Donaire. Bout takes place for 122, I think, WBO Super Bantamweight Championship. I'm not too sure. Puts together two former champions, Nonito Donaire, who's a bantamweight champion and flyweight and a flyweight champion, against former Super Bantamweight champion Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. Vazquez Jr. is coming off his first loss against Jorge Arce. Pretty much it was a pretty good fight, but we saw weaknesses in Vazquez Jr.'s game. Vazquez Jr. did not like the pressure that Arce was coming towards him with throughout that fight. He didn't like the pressure, and he was able to eat the power punches, but also he had to throw a lot of punches to try to keep Arce off of him, and he got tired late. And also he was having trouble clinching Arce when he was throwing his combinations. And it seems as if he was trying to tie up, but he just had trouble tying up. But Vazquez Jr. is a left-hand dominant offensive fighter. He's not very defensive minded. He's very offensive minded. He's always looking to score points, and he's always. And usually throws a lot of jabs. He throws a lot of jabs, and he has a very hard left hook. That if it lands solid, if it lands clean, then he could possibly knock out any opponent that he faces. Because he does get a lot of leverage behind that left hook, especially when he stands and he plants his feet. In this particular fight, against Nonito Donaire, he has to fight this one in close proximity the entire fight. The problem that Vazquez Jr. encounters when he's fighting is that he stands directly in front of his opponents. And from time to time, you can tell that his moves are very calculated because he's trying not to square up with whoever he's fighting. And this even goes as far as to the B-level fighters that he's faced in the past. He's really trying not to square up, and he's trying to learn. And Arce was supposed to be that step up for him. And of course he was a step up. And Arce is a little, to me, I think is a little past his prime. But Arce is a tough opponent that was able to take his punches and give punches in return. And the thing with I've noticed with Vazquez Jr. is Vazquez Jr. Against Arce wasn't really trying to go to the body. And of course, if you go to the body from time to time, especially being a taller fighter, you are leaving yourself open for overhand rights or overhand lefts. And also, he does have a few defensive deficiencies. Something that Vazquez Jr. has problems with is defending himself from the right hand, and that's due to the fact that he keeps his left hand low from time to time. So, but in this particular fight against Donaire, he's facing a faster opponent, and something that Vazquez has not developed is timing. And I think that timing is going to be important against Donaire, because Donaire, of course, is a quick opponent, and he has good timing offensively himself and knows how to set up his punches. So for one thing that Vazquez Jr. cannot do in this fight is fight at the center of the ring with Donaire. He has to get Donaire on the ropes. He has to fight behind the jab and walk forward. He's the bigger fighter. He of course is the bigger fighter, so he has to come forward and he has to pretty much fight tall, fight big, pretty much throw everything right down the middle and try to walk forward behind the jab. My bad, winner. He has to walk forward behind the jab. He has to get Donaire on the ropes. He has to kind of get Donaire squared up, and not give him any room to work from and go to his body, and look to score up top and land up top. But also, he doesn't want to fight off the back foot against Donaire neither. Everything he does has to be him walking forward towards Donaire, and also looking to set Donaire up with the left hook. And Donaire does have a tendency from time to time to walk towards his opponent's left side to try to set up his right hand. And as Donaire is trying to set up the right hand, he has to try to find a way to fire off his left hook. and it could be off the jab, jab, left hook, but it's going to be harder for him to land a counter left hook or left hook lead against a fighter as speedy as Donaire. But just in this particular fight, he has to find a way to land his left hook. And he may have to throw the right hand lead, which he doesn't throw too much, to set up that left hook. So pretty much in this fight against Donaire, he has to, like I said, left hook, and he has to fight him close and go to his body. On the other hand, you have Nonito Donaire, who likes to fight at the center of the ring. He uses legs a lot to set up his punches, has good hand speed, good natural athleticism. Overall, Donaire in this particular fight probably does want to try to land the right hand lead, and also he himself has a very good quick left hook. So in this particular fight, I think he wants to pressure Vazquez Jr. with the hand speed. He wants to make Vazquez fight off the back foot, and Vazquez has shown that he cannot fight well off the back foot because he looked very calculated. He looked very timid when Arce continued to try to fight him out, was making him fight off the back foot, making him try to fight back. So in this particular fight, Donaire has to come in and he has to make Vazquez fight, his kind of fight. He has to come in, he has to throw, numerous punches, and he does put his combinations together well, and just back Vazquez up. He has to back him up and also land first, take the lead in this fight. He is much quicker. He's a better technician and has a lot more experience. So he has, all that working for him. And also, he wants to move a lot towards Vazquez, towards Vazquez's right side, because Vazquez doesn't move well towards his right. He moves much better towards his left, and also he wants to catch him out of position because Vazquez does get out of position quite a bit. So with all that being said, who do I think is going to win this fight? As I mentioned, Donaire has pretty much all the advantages in this fight. The biggest advantage that Vazquez is going to have is he's going to be the bigger fighter. Of course, Donaire is stepping up in weight, and the question is, will Donaire carry that power up to 122? Again, especially against an opponent like Vazquez Jr. And I think he will carry the power up. I think he will carry the speed up as well. I think the speed's going to be overwhelming for Vazquez, but also Vazquez may surprise us, and he might come out and take the fight to. He might come out and take the fight to Donaire. But overall, I doubt it. I think that Donaire is going to come out. He's going to pressure him. I think the speed's going to be too much, but also Donaire has shown the ability to make specific adjustments in fights. So I think Donaire will knock out Vazquez in 8 rounds. So anyway, peeps, I'm out of here. That was The Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Yo, what up, though? Y'all listening to Elmatic. Fire that weed up and put it in the air. Yeah. Represent.